Up and down the coast, from the beaches to the valleys. At 6:30, this is KEYT News Channel 3, where the news comes first.
We can publicly say, we got it right, that justice has occurred.
That is reaction tonight to a local pastor who gets to keep his job. The once defrocked minister will now return to the church and continue God's work. Welcome back, everybody. I'm C.J. Ward.
And I'm Beth Farnsworth. Frank Schaefer, the once defrocked clergyman stripped of his title for officiating the wedding of his gay son, will stay in his position. The ruling from the United Methodist Church's top court upheld a June decision to reinstate Schaefer. Schaefer is currently a pastor at the United Methodist Church in Isla Vista. He was found guilty last November of violating church law by performing the same-sex wedding of his son. That happened back in 2007. Members of the church in Santa Barbara say they are relieved to hear the decision.
He's really wanting to make sure that that all of God's children feel welcome in the church and that no one is discriminated against. And so that's been something that we've been wanting to support.
Although Schaefer will be able to stay as pastor, same-sex marriages are not allowed in the United Methodist Church. Members hope today's ruling will move the church in the direction of changing those rules.
Pastor Schaefer returned to California just a few hours ago. He just got back from the highest court for the United Methodist Church, and he joins Tracy Allaire in Santa Barbara right now. And Tracy, I'd imagine he is feeling a sense of relief.
He has a big grin, and you're about to see it. But I want to let you know he flew in today into LAX and found out about the decision on the airplane. And he's nice enough to come straight here. We're out at the First United Methodist Church in Santa Barbara. And he's also will be returning home to your university church soon. That's a big grin.
Yes, it is.
They're saying they've made this ruling on a technicality, but you think it's more than that. Talk to me about that.
Oh, absolutely. I am so elated. This is big. This is huge. Not just for me. It's been a long year and a half for me and my family. And it's been an emotional roller coaster, and it's finally over, and I'm relieved. But this decision is big for our LGBTQ community in the church. They've been watching this decision. And what this decision is saying to them is that there is a place for ministry for you in our church.
What do you say to other pastors who might want to marry gays or lesbians right now?
I'd say go for it. Follow your conscience, follow your heart. If it feels right, if it's an act of love, do it.
And you'll do it again even if you get defrocked or have to go before a jury again?
I have no regrets, and I would do it again anytime. I would put my life on the line for this.
And one more question. How is your son doing that you did marry, who has split up with that partner, but how is he feeling?
He is celebrating together with us, of course. He's in Boston, so we're all breaking out the champagne in different places, but we are celebrating tonight. And I think one of the most important things in this decision is that the story of my son was heard, because that's why I did it. I wanted the church to know, look, my son was harmed by this doctrine. He thought he was going to hell as a homosexual, and he prayed against it, and when nothing changed, he tried to take his life. And I think the church is starting to hear that message. And Methodists are good folks, they don't want to harm anybody. And I think the message is getting through, and people are starting to question, is this really right? We have to take another look at this.
Well, thank you so much for coming right here to talk to us. And you can learn more about the whole story. The pastor has written a book called Defrocked, and you can find that online. We'll also put a link on our website. Reporting live in Santa Barbara, Tracy Allaire, News Channel 3.
All right, thank you, Tracy. A handful of angry renters say they're being pushed out of their Santa Barbara apartments. Several tenants who live at the apartments and cottages on the same property, it's along the 100 block of West Arriaga, received eviction notices. They say the management company, PAC Properties, is moving them out to make room for students who will pay higher rents. One tenant who's in a wheelchair has lived at that property for 7 years.
PAC Properties is evicting all of us that have been here a while, just, willy-nilly, and renting to foreign students so they can collect more rent, just cramming them in.
Coming up later tonight, you'll hear reaction from another evicted renter. Plus, we'll tell you what the Legal Aid Foundation says you can do if you end up in this similar situation.
In Ventura County tonight, more children are entering the foster care system than families willing to care for them. More than 1,000 Ventura County children are in the foster care system right now, and at the same time, fewer people are applying to be foster parents. With nowhere to go, many of these children are ending up in group homes.
The Kids are not getting that family relationship building when they're in those kinds of placements, and they're not ideal for what children really need developmentally and emotionally.
To give these children a stable environment, Ventura County Human Services Agency is asking for caring adults to make the commitment. The Maxon family has been in the program for a year and a half, and they've cared for 6 children so far. The Maxons are now in the process of adopting one of those children. They're also expecting a child of their own. For more information about the foster care system in Ventura County, go to KEYT.com. Coming up, a dramatic water rescue off the coast of Florida.
What led these swimmers to such rough waters and how rescuers saved them? That's next.
And it looks like it's going to be a very warm last week of October, at least for part of it, but changes roll in as we head towards Halloween and the upcoming weekend. Stay tuned. The details when we come back.
My daughter Veronica was walking home from dinner in IV. She was shot and killed. One moment can change your life forever. An arrest can ruin everything you've been dreaming of. You could be fined or expelled from school, and that's not even close to the worst that could happen. More lights, more cameras, and more police are being added, but we all have to do our part to make IV safe.
Strive to be your best. Give back to your community. Live a life that makes you proud. Viva IV. Let's keep it safe.
Thursday on News Channel 3 Tip Line exclusive, a local family installed solar, then contacted Edison to flip the switch. That was months ago.
How many people are out there with idle solar panels that could be producing their own energy?
Is there a reason it's taken Edison so long to respond to so many?
When you're a small company up against a monopoly that's hell-bent on snuffing your industry out, it's scary.
CJ Ward in search of some answers. Thursday, only on News Channel 3 at 6 and 11.
Why do California doctors and nurses oppose Prop 45? Because 45 gives one politician power over our healthcare costs and benefits, interfering with our treatment decisions. Vote no on 45. Stop the politician power grab.
Tell me more about the Charter Spectrum Triple Play.
You mean the best TV, internet, and voice?
Charter Spectrum Triple Play.
TV.
200 free in Sweet HD. 10,000 on demand. Instantly. I'm not just the operator. Dish to dish, I'm your liberator.
Charter Spectrum TV. Just $29.99. Call 1-844-552-999. Charter Spectrum high speed means no slow down. 60 megs. I like the way that sounds.
Say goodbye to DSL. Say hello to Fast As.
Charter Spectrum Internet. Just $29.99. Call
1-844-552-999. Charter Spectrum Voice Unlimited Talk.
Zero fees and features that rock.
Crystal clear connection. Say hi.
Charter Raiders standing by. Charter Spectrum Voice. Just $29.99. Call
1-844-552-999.
Yeah.
1-844-552-999.
I'm Julia Bromley, and I approve this message.
It's unspeakable, but we know it's there. So Ventura County families have to ask why Jeff Gorell refused to support the Violence Against Women Act. It's true. In June 2012, Gorell let women down, not supporting common sense protections for survivors of domestic violence. It's the same disrespect from Gorell, who would vote to allow insurance companies to charge women more than men. Jeff Gorell, on protecting women, it's more than a pattern, it's a problem.
Why are California newspapers rejecting Prop 45? Because 45 is a power and money grab by special interests who stand to make millions if it passes, while consumers pay the price. Vote no on 45.
It's country music's biggest night as music's megastars rock out live. Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood host the CMA Awards live Wednesday, November 5th on ABC.
A dramatic rescue off the coast of Florida. The U.S. Coast Guard saved 5 Cuban migrants clinging to a raft this morning. A Good Samaritan spotted the group and called for help. Crews believe the group had been floating in the raft for about 5 days. A rescuer was lowered down into the water and plucked each man out. They were flown to a nearby hospital, received medical treatment there. Crews say 3 other men are still missing tonight.
Oh, tragic. Glad they are safe, though. Here at our home, our local shores, we had really high waves and a very unusually high tide the other morning.
Yeah, you know, did create some coastal beach erosion, coastal beach beach flooding concerns, especially in Ventura County. In fact, there's still a hazard in Ventura County through about 9 p.m. tonight. So keep that in mind if you're heading for a beach walk late this evening. Tomorrow through Wednesday, things should get a little bit better, at least temporarily. Tonight, very comfortable outside. Doesn't feel much like October. In fact, daytime highs were nice and warm today and tonight, still in the 60s and 70s. Hard to find any cloud cover out there this evening either. And with the clear skies tonight, we're actually going to see a good deal of cooling. So temperatures will be down into the 40s in some valleys. Not as cold as last night when Paso and Cuyama both saw temperatures down into the 30s. And then for your Tuesday, looking at plenty of sunshine and temperatures that continue to stay above average for this time of the year thanks to high pressure and some light offshore winds or winds that are coming out of the north and northeast. And here's your temperature profile tomorrow. Central Coast 70s and 80s. Valleys tomorrow also into the upper 70s and 80s. And for the South Coast and Ventura County, temperatures here ranging from about 77 degrees all the way up to 80. And tomorrow, not going to be the warmest day of the week. In fact, high pressure is going to keep us very warm through Wednesday. That is when the heat peaks, and then what we'll notice beyond that is low pressure one at a time moving inland. This first one is the remnants of what was once Hurricane Ana. That's going to impact the northwest. It's this secondary low that's developing tonight across the Gulf of Alaska. That's going to bring some changes for us as we head towards Halloween and the upcoming weekend. I know it's a little bit early, but I do want to show you this trick-or-treating forecast. Things could get a little exciting out there. We talked about this at 6. I suggested the kids wear maybe a jacket. Beth said that's not going to fly with the teenagers, so maybe a cape to add to the costume. Mostly cloudy skies, chance of showers, temperatures down into the 60s. Also talked with Mike Clan. He said a lot of the schools are doing the games on Thursday night, but if you are playing or heading out to watch on Friday night, keep that in mind. Things could be a little wet out there and make things maybe a little bit more exciting for the two teams that are battling it out. Temperatures tomorrow, into the 70s and 80s, more sun and more warmth in the Santa Barbara area. This is very warm for late October across the Central Coast as well. Temperatures running about 5, even 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. 80 for Arroyo Grande and Paso Robles, 73 for Morro Bay, and 78 in Pismo Beach. Ventura County, upper 70s for Oxnard and Ventura, 83 for Ojai, and 80 in Santa Paula. Winds sort of coming from all over the place depending upon where you are on the channel. If you're in the east part of the channel, winds will be coming out of the east. If you're in the western part of the channel, winds coming out of the west and northwest around 5 to 15 knots. A west swell 3 feet, water temperature still at 70 degrees. Sort of a little unbelievable if you think about it. Late October, that's very warm for the water. Santa Barbara 7-day forecast, very warm on land as well, starting to cool on Thursday. Friday into early Saturday, about a 20% chance for a shower around Santa Barbara. Higher chances, though, north of Point Conception. Could see some rain out there in Lompoc. Rain possible as well in Santa Maria from Friday afternoon through Saturday morning. And for the Santa Ynez Valley, temperatures also dropping down quite a bit with that next storm system. We go from the high 80s down to the middle and upper 60s by the weekend in Santa Ynez. So there will be some big changes. And again, each storm sort of seems to be chipping away a little more each time. This one a little stronger than last weekend, but not a huge, strong storm just yet.
It'd be nice if that pattern continues, though,
Yes,
that's for sure. All right,
absolutely.
thanks.
Thank you.
Coming up next on News Channel 3, another armed robbery just days apart at the same location. What Oxnard police are saying about the crime and who they're looking for tonight.
And a wild car chase in Southern California. You'll never believe where and how this chase ended. That's coming up on News Channel 3.
At 1 Hour, we know how important it is for you to be comfortable in your home.
Now's the time to get a full furnace tune-up. Call today and get a $59 preseason furnace tune-up.
We're always on time, but you don't pay time.
Californians are discovering the real risks behind Prop 46. It was written and paid for by the trial lawyers to make them millions, while for the rest of us, healthcare costs go up. No wonder every major newspaper in the state opposes Prop 46. They say 46 overreached in a decidedly cynical way. It's a ploy for trial lawyers to enrich themselves. And Prop 46 has too many potential drawbacks to be worth the risk. Time to vote no on Prop 46.
What do Arroyo Grande Community Hospital, French Hospital Medical Center, and Marion Regional Medical Center have in common? They're all part of Dignity Health. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
As prosecutors, we always start with the chain of evidence. The evidence is clear. If you are chronically truant from elementary school, you are 4 times more likely to drop out and to become a perpetrator or a victim of crime. That's why we're taking on the truancy crisis in the California Department of Justice. By stopping crime before it starts, we can save billions, and we can save lives.
Kamala Harris, a prosecutor with conviction.
Once upon a time, the young maiden Goldilocks was picking flowers in the forest when she came upon a house in the trees. To her delight, she found 3 chairs. The first was too small, the second was too hard, and the third wasn't that comfortable either.
You need a lazy boy for Mattress Mike.
So the bear went to Mattress Mike and picked out a lazy boy and lived happily ever after. Stop by to experience our wide selection of lazy boy chairs and other high-quality furnishings.
At 1 Hour, we know how important it is for you to be comfortable in your home.
Now's the time to get a full furnace tune-up. Call today and get a $59 preseason furnace tune-up.
We're always on time. You don't play kind.
Oxnard police need your help in finding the suspect responsible for robbing a victim in the same area where one man was shot during a robbery just days ago. The 2 crimes took place on Campbell Way near Charles Street. The most recent robbery took place Friday just before 8 o'clock at night. Witnesses told police they saw one person leave the scene. No word yet if the victim suffered any injuries. Police are still looking for 2 other suspects involved in a similar style robbery. That crime happened last week. The victim was shot and had to be rushed to surgery. He remains in critical condition tonight. If you have any information about the robberies, you're urged to call the Ventura County Crime Stoppers or Oxnard Police.
A woman is in jail tonight after leading LA police on a wild chase through the city. Police tried stopping the 30-year-old driver. After a witness saw her steal the pickup, she drove through LA streets and the 5 freeway erratically before ending up in Glendale, as you saw right there. That's where she crashed into another car, ended up on somebody's front lawn. The woman was hurt. We do not know her condition tonight.
Oof.
Still to come, it may look like a simple thing, but to a few goats, that's all they needed for a good time.
We'll show you what it all means coming up next.
Coming up in sports, Madison Bumgarner is having an amazing postseason for the Giants. We're going to hear from the lefty who's been right on. Plus, Bishop Diego is undefeated in football. The Cards talk about what's made them so successful.
Last car was a bucket. I'd park really far away and make sure no one saw me. It was time to put it to bed and get a new one. Driving off with a brand new Ford Fiesta, I loved it. It was very sporty-licious. It's smooth, it's very slick, it's good on gas. The touchscreen, hands-free phone, ambient lighting. I'm proud to say it is my car, which I have never said before, so this is a first. My Ford Fiesta, partner in crime right here. Dang, look at you.
The roller coaster in California always seems to go up and down, between wet years and dry years, between booms and busts. We've seen the lows before. Props 1 and 2 smooth out the ride. Prop 1 saves water and protects our supply in future droughts. Prop 2 saves money and safeguards education and public safety when revenues run dry. Vote yes on 1 and 2.
Kerastan, the luxury name in carpet. If you've been waiting to buy, wait no longer. It's National Kerastan Month. America's best carpet is now on sale. And with the lowest prices of the season, National Kerastan Month is the perfect time to carpet your home with the best in quality, comfort, and styling. Kerastan. Live beautifully.
Flooring 101 in Simi Valley, Ventura, Oxnard, and Thousand Oaks.
UCSB Arts and Lectures presents 2 world-renowned dance companies. From the UK, the energetic and graceful all-male ensemble, Ballet Boys performs the SoCal premiere of the award-winning piece, The Talent, November 1st at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. UCSB, Campbell Hall. And Israel's Batsheva Dance Company, known for its power, speed, and passion, is among the most electrifying contemporary dance companies in existence. Tuesday, November 4th at 8 p.m. at the Arlington Theater. Tickets at 893-3535 or artsandlectures.ucsb.edu.
Politics have no place in the exam room, but Prop 45 would change that. You see, 45 isn't just about rates. It also gives one politician power over anything affecting rates, including what benefits and treatment options our health insurance covers. Treatment decisions should be made by doctors and patients, not someone with a political agenda. Please join doctors, nurses, and healthcare groups across California and vote no on 45.
Bishop Diego of Santa Barbara is one of just 4 high school football teams in the 805 area code that's undefeated in 11-man action. The Cardinals improved to 8-0 over the weekend with a 23-6 Saturday win against Fillmore. Bishop totaled close to 300 rushing yards, including this 48-yard TD run from boy wonder freshman John Harris, who went over the 100-yard mark, as did senior Danny Molina, who rushed for a team-high 133 yards and helped Bishop soar in their Tri-Valley League opener.
We just came out and just were playing and ended up being 8-0. And just hard work from during practice and just focusing on the little things got us there.
I give these kids a lot of credit. I think they probably exceeded the expectations that a lot of people had for them. But we've had some good leadership, and we've had some guys emerge and step up. So I think the record's deserved at this stage.
Bishop Diego now gets set for their big rivalry game this Thursday night at Carpinteria. Monday Night Football, 6-1. Dallas leads Washington 7-3 late in the second quarter. Has anyone else noticed that San Francisco pitcher Madison Bumgarner is having the kind of postseason that most expected another lefty to be having, the Dodgers' Clayton Kershaw? But Kershaw flamed out against St. Louis. Bumgarner has been sensational. Last night, Bumgarner pitched the Giants to a 3-2 World Series lead with a complete game shutout of Kansas City 5-0. That's the first shutout by a pitcher in the Fall Classic in 11 years. He also won Game 1, allowing just 1 run in 7 innings. Bumgarner is 4-1 this postseason with a 1.13 earned run average. He has 2 shutouts. It gets even better. The 25-year-old is now 4-0 in 4 career starts in the World Series with an earned run average of 0.29. He is being compared to other World Series great pitchers such as Bob Gibson, Sandy Koufax, and Curt Schilling.
Well, obviously that's pretty special, and it's very humbling, and just blessed to have an opportunity to do that.
Am I surprised? No. I mean, this guy, he's a special kid, talent. We saw this in 2010. And
as for the Giants, they need 1 more win to capture their 3rd World Series title in 5 years. Game 6 in Kansas City tomorrow night. 7th and final game would be Wednesday in KC if necessary. And if that game is played, we may see Bumgarner pitch again, this time out of the bullpen. Last week was big for UCSB men's soccer, and it was capped off today as Axel Mendez was named Big West Conference Offensive Player of the Week. The freshman midfielder scored 2 goals last Wednesday and had an assist in a 4-1 win over Sacramento State. Mendez also had a beautiful assist to Nick DePue as UCSB tied Cal Poly 2-2 on Saturday night. And what a performance yesterday by Abby Wambach, the U.S. women's national soccer team. She scored 4 goals as America blanked Costa Rica 6-0 to capture their 5th CONCACAF championship. Wambach is the all-time leading scorer in U.S. national team history. She now has 18 World Cup qualifying goals, which is also a record. The U.S. and Costa Rica had already clinched a spot in next year's World Cup in Canada. Wambach has 177 international goals. Wow. That's sports. We'll be right back.
We finally found our house, and we really love it. But when we moved in, everything dripped and dripped and dripped. I asked the neighbor for a referral, and he said, call Mr. Reuter Plumbing. So I did. Oh, they were courteous, professional, nice, and neat. Did a great job. I can see why people refer Mr. Reuter. Now it's my turn. Call Mr. Reuter.
Proudly serving the Ventura and Santa Barbara areas.
We provide life-saving services such as water rescue, helicopter rescue, medical service. We have ambulances, along with the normal expected firefighting duties. Oil and gas production in northern Santa Barbara County provides an important source of funding for fire protection throughout the county. But Measure P would shut down nearly all production. If Measure P were to pass, that would obviously mean there'd be less money for the fire department. Less money means less equipment, less ability to do our job. Please join us in voting no on P.
Goleta Water District has declared a Stage 2 water shortage emergency with new mandatory restrictions. Water only on scheduled days. Wednesday and Saturday for residential, Tuesday and Friday for businesses. Sprinklers are limited to before 7 a.m. or after 7 p.m., and manual watering is restricted to before 10 a.m. and after 4 p.m. Hoses must have a shut-off nozzle. Washing of outdoor hard surfaces or runoff is prohibited. Repeated violations will be subject to fines of up to $500. Learn more at goletawater.com.
The savings are popping up all over during our giant $12 million RV closeout sale at Trailer Hitch RV in Napomo. $17,000 Wildwood travel trailers, just $10,999 and $99 a month. $71,000 motorhomes, just $49,990 and only $299 a month. Plus similar savings on over 300 RVs. And still the lowest prices in the country on Lance travel trailers. $12 million RV closeout sale at Trailer Hitch RV, right off the 101 in Napomo. Get in and get a great deal before the best savings are all gone.
The 2015 models are here, so we're moving out all the 2014s with the best deals of the year during the Great American Drive event at Crown Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram. Get the new 2014 Dodge Dart for $99 a month, or the new 2014 Jeep Patriot or Jeep Compass for only $149 a month. How about the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200 Limited for $169 a month?
They don't let me drive, but when they do, I make the driver jump.
Chowder fans, enjoy an afternoon tasting fabulous chowders as local chefs compete for 2014 Chowder Champ honors. Join Food and Home Magazine along with the Legal Aid Foundation at the beautiful Bacara Resort, Sunday, November 2nd from 1 to 4 to celebrate the 5th annual Chowder Fest. Sample over 20 unique chowders of all varieties and enjoy delicious food, wines, and beers from your favorite local restaurants, wineries, and breweries. For tickets and info, visit sbchowderfest.com or call 963-6754.
Just sheet metal. That's all it took for these goats to have some great entertainment.
Now, these goats are from France, and it's pretty clear they don't need any fancy toys, just an extra piece of sheet metal to make their day. Look at that. They've got it wired.
Amazing it doesn't collapse under all that weight. Look at that. I bet kids would do the same thing, right? Maybe even somebody like Ellen Rose. Who's
I might.
You might.
Who needs a bounce house? You know? I know, right? Yeah, for your daughter's upcoming birthday. Just get some sheet metal. I don't know how safe it is, but yeah, I take that back. Probably not the safest idea. Weather-wise, finally feeling more like fall out there after a very warm day, but some of the valleys tonight, even Goleta down into the upper 40s. Santa Barbara tonight, Santa Maria down into the lower 50s. Clear skies.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, and thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back at 11. We'll see you then.